Title of this video, Learning Disabled Woman on National Radio Shows, 8/17/2013. Fellow American citizens, the purpose of this video is to show you flat out undisputable evidence that I'm being gang stalked, and that evidence was caught after see, you're about ready to hear right now me being on the Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis radio show on September 17th, 2013. Write down these dates. Again, this is the Ground Zero, September 17th, 2013, Ground Zero show with Clyde Lewis. This is me being on the show on that date. Write it down. Now, after I play you this, what you're going to be listening for concerning how I'm talking about how individuals were set up to hike out 150 feet away from me who are constantly yelling gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my god, weird and crazy. And you're also going to be taking a notation concerning not only that, but also how I say that they're repeating words and phrases along all my routes. After I play you this audio, I will play you audio evidence to prove that what I stated on this radio show on September 17, 2013, I will prove that it was already caught on a video file before I was on this show on this date, and after it, by showing you just two of two. I'm going to be literally playing two audio files that illustrate the proof. Okay, one of an event that was caught on audio file before I was on this September 17, 2013 radio show, and one event that happened afterwards. Now, these are just two audio files. The two evidence audio files that I'll be playing you, okay, are just two of over 900 audio files I have of the same exact identical verbal harassment happening around me everywhere I go, every single day. This is me being on the Ground Zero radio show with Clyde Lewis on September 17, 2013. Pay close attention to every single thing that I state.
Tonight, allegations of gang stalking with the suspect who was gunned down, who actually gunned down 12 people at the Washington, D.C. Naval Yard. And he alleged before his death that he was being harassed or followed by three people, that sound waves were coming through the walls of the hotel rooms he was staying in. There's also, I don't know if it's a non sequitur or whatever, but there's also a letter or a poem that was posted on a Facebook page purporting to be from Aaron Alexis discussing Comet Ison and the Heaven's Gate cult. They were programmed as well in order to do what they did for the government, and then eventually all committed suicide, which is also an interesting thing. And they used what Alex Jones calls mass suicide murder death pills or whatever. It just seems like these memes and these trigger phrases are out there. And I just got word, someone had sent me an email saying that a whistleblower by the name of Robert Connors, who was a 20-year employee of the Department of Defense, said that he worked the second stage of MKUltra, known as Operation Sedgwick, which was intended to, in his opinion, control the African American population, urban youth, through music. And he actually has posted his confession, also stating that he has a telephone recording of Michael Jackson speaking to him and several other people about a government conspiracy to murder him, which is this was a bombshell that was dropped just now to me. And well, we're just lucky to have on our program tonight Elisa E., her book, Our Life Beyond MKUltra. What do you think of the Operation Sedgwick bomb that was just dropped from this Department of Defense whistleblower that says that he was involved with using music to actually mind control African American people?
I have no problem at all believing that. I write about that in my book, personal experience with being programmed with very particular songs for very particular operations, as well as program reinforcement. There are numbers, and I could probably list thousands of songs that have reinforcement for programming that was already placed inside of me. I'm certain that the music industry is an arm of mind control.
I've heard also that it's not just popular rock and roll, but they also use children's songs to program as well. Is that true?
Absolutely. Mine ranges from Perry Como, Led Zeppelin, Nancy Sinatra. It's a wide range.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's go to some more phone calls now. We have Leslie calling in from California, KOJO, 600 AM. Hi, Leslie. You're on Ground Zero with Elisa E. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Clyde, and hi, Lisa. Clyde, I appreciate you taking my call, and I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible. I'm a gang stalking target, and I've been a target for 12 years. I'm learning disabled, and I'm all over the internet. My blogs and YouTube videos are titled Learning Disabled Woman Being Tortured in San Diego. And the reason why I decided to call tonight was because of the information concerning what I know and who I come from in reference to the military that is infested in my family and what they were involved in. And so I'll just try and spit it out as fast as possible. My father was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. There's high-ranking NASA in my family, high-ranking Air Force retired, and my ex-husband was a submarine radar antenna electrician. Now, there's the microwave hearing that this individual, I forgot his name,
Aaron Alexis, yeah, he was the shooter in the Washington, D.C. Naval Yard shooting.
Okay, right. Now, the microwaves that are being transmitted against organized stalking, gang stalking targets, it's called the microwave hearing effect. And basically, it's like the computer-to-brain feedback loop where targeted individuals are subjected to non-stop, repetitive words, phrases, commands, statements, demeaning statements, things along those lines. Now, there's also machines that can keep targeted individuals awake or actually cause them to fall asleep and stay asleep as well. Now, there's a manifesto on the internet written by a manager of gang stalking titled A Gang Stalking Tech, Everything You Need to Know. MK Ultra is listed throughout the entire manifesto. Psychic Driving is as well by Irvin Cameron, which is basically for MK Ultra programming. It's been mentioned quite a few times in the manifesto. It talks about basically, and then targets of gang stalking are also subject to non-stop repetitive harassment, which is identically the same everywhere they go along all the routes physically by the physical people that are brought on board in the harassment campaign.
So Leslie, have you been targeted? Or you know this firsthand? Is that why you're telling us about this tonight?
Yeah. I've been a target for 12 years. They've literally made me homeless. And I wanted to say something, if you don't mind me saying so. That Marine that just called up, he's a target. I can tell just by what he was saying. You know, they made me homeless. I've been gang stalked at 5, 6 separate apartments, motel rooms. Okay, just like what Alicia was saying as well. They also have some technology called elf wave transmissions, okay, which can cause a targeted individual to hear long, sustained tones in their ears and repetitive statements, words, phrases, and you would not believe the evidence I got. I'm being targeted like you would not believe in San Diego. So the reason why I called is because information about gang stalking, organized stalking, is all over the internet. The neurocognitive weapons that targeted individuals experience are all over the internet. And I personally believe from what this individual is saying that it definitely sounds like he was being gang stalked. They have equipment that can cause directed energy weapons. Okay, they can cause your body to feel like it's being electrically shocked. You would not believe what we go through, Clyde. It's just...
Well, I've had a number of guests on to talk about this before, and a lot of people reduce it to just pure psychosis. Elisa, I mean, how do we... I want to ask Elisa, how is it that we can hear about this, and yet people are so apt to believe that it can't happen, even though we have the technology, and they're immediately writing you off as people who have psychotic breaks?
Well, as one person said, if I were literally, this is what a person responded with when some conspiracies were brought their way. If I were to believe my government could do that, I couldn't live. This what's happening, and let me just say thank you for calling in, Leslie, because the way I see it is what was done to me, I'm a microcosm of the macrocosm. There was an intensified effort on me, but what's being done now, and has been being done for some time, is mass populist targeting on MK Ultra. They've got the technology now that, like I said, they don't have to start you out when you're a kid. They'll do that with a few, but they're going for the masses. And what she's talking about is real. It's so pervasive. It's absolutely stunning. And they're being experimented on, but the numbers are growing. This is coming to everyone, soon coming to a theater near you, to your home. This is the real deal. They are going into society, and they want to brain map and control everyone.
Well, I know that one of the things that were talked about both at the Bohemian Grove and the Bilderberg meeting was full spectrum control of both humans, animals, and plant life.
Everything.
This is one way to do it. Also, they're discussing the chips that are being recommended for Obamacare and the surveillance state. So these are things that maybe we'd be used to. The idea that we'd be on full control, whether it be controlled to be under surveillance or controlled to move about and do what we're told rather than rebelling or at least revolting. And this is the thing that really is interesting, especially now when we've talked before on this program about how Barack Obama has now set aside money to fingerprint the brain. They're going in now and they're trying to figure out what makes the brain tick, and what better way to do that than to add stimulus to the brain and see how people like Leslie and Elisa and others can react to that kind of stimulus without even knowing that they're being stimulated.
And I would take that to even a little farther. What Obama's talking about has long been done in the Black Project. It's already here. If he's breaking the news, it's 50 years down the road. And that's the way it works in the high-level Black projects. And those projects are being brought now to the mass populace.
Fantastic. Leslie, do you have anything more to add before we go to the break?
Oh yeah, just one more fast thing, if you don't mind. I feel so bad that they're doing this, of course, to everybody, and then the future targets. But the veterans they're doing this to just burns my butt. Holographic projections, mind uploading, mind hacking. It's happening right now. You would not believe what they're doing to me. You just would not believe it. They literally set up some individuals to hike out 200 feet away from me who are constantly yelling, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. They repeat words and phrases along all my routes. You would not believe the evidence I got. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And I just, thank you, Alicia, for coming on the show. And thank you, Clyde, for, covering this tonight. And if any targeted individuals are out there listening, I just want you to know I love you. And please just stay safe.
Leslie, I thank you for the call. I thank you. Thank you for the call. Lisa, it's amazing that you came on the show tonight and gave us the information. Once again, the book is Our Life Beyond MK Ultra. Hopefully we can have you on again to talk about this topic when it actually rears its ugly head again.
Yes, unfortunately it will, won't it?
Yes, it will. This is the second time we've had you on, and believe me, this is some fascinating stuff. Lisa, thanks so much for being on the program tonight.
Thank you, Clyde.
Have a good night. Take care.
You too.
888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. What do you think? Do you think that this is actually happening, or do you just write it off as psychosis, psychotic break, or what have you? The programming is being used. They are now claiming that it's a mass programming. Are we a part of the programming? Is this one of the reasons why we're off and then we're on? We accept certain types of evil that perhaps we're being coerced into doing things we wouldn't normally do? 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. Back with more Ground Zero. Don't go away.
FM News 101 KXL.
More with Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero on FM News 101.
Okay, now that was again September 17, 2013. Write that date down. You just heard me literally state that they're getting along all my paths and at this hiking area and saying gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. And that I stated that it was being said along my routes as well. You're about ready to hear the audio of a segment of an audio file of an event that took place towards me a month and a half later. Okay? on November 28th, Thanksgiving Day, 2013, on a sidewalk right across the street, up the street, one of two men that played a role in this harassment of me was one of the individuals that were hiking 150 feet away. I got evidence of it concerning it. Do you hear these two men say GangStalking? Yes, one says GangStalking, and then that same one says GangStalking, I'm going to F you up. You be the judge. GangStalking, I'll fuck you up. Again, that event occurred on November 28, 2013, a month and a half after I was on the Ground Zero Clyde Lewis show, stating that individuals that were hiking 150 feet away were yelling GangStalk, GangStalking, and GangStalk. Oh my God, weird and crazy. Okay, now, what you're about to hear right now is me being on a bus in Yucca Valley, California in December of 2012. Yucca Valley is 160 miles away from this area. Do you hear individuals say GangStalk, while other ones are saying, oh my God, right before and after it, and then a woman just flat out says GangStalk? You be the judge.
Well, look at that car right there. So cute. To the left, it just turned. No. Those little French cars. No. Cheese.
Your first child? Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully my
got my quick
only child.
I'll check the whole thing. The first one, the rock is going to hold it.
She's pretty good. She never cries.
I'm going to go hang it on in my
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it in the window and I'm going to put it on the shop. I wish I did these things right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that might work.
Okay, now this is just a small, what you're listening to right now is the literal audio of an actual video. Now, Yucca Valley, California is 160 miles away from San Diego County, where I live, where this Thanksgiving event was caught at. This occurred in 2012, on December, let me even show you the date, okay, by using the file information, okay. You can clearly see that this event occurred on December 11, 2012. My interview with Clyde Lewis that you just heard occurred on September 17th, 2013, and the Thanksgiving event occurred a month and a half later. Okay? Now, the call made to Clyde Lewis, Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis, was made at this area. On a phone at this area. Okay? I discussed how I was being harassed at this area, okay, by individuals that were hiking 150 feet away. The individuals that played a role in the Thanksgiving event, one of them were directly connected to the idiots from that area. That Thanksgiving event occurred across the street, right up the street. This event that you just heard from Yucca Valley occurred almost a year before. Yucca Valley is 160 miles away from this area. Okay? I left to go to Yucca Valley from this area. The person I was going to visit in Yucca Valley, David Larson, who's a gang-stalking target, okay, his address was looked up at SDSU Library, UCSD Library, and the Northern University San Diego Public Library. That's right. That's right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is evidence. I'm going to go. Today's date is August 22nd, 2014. And look in the description of this YouTube video for cooperating material. I just got done proving to you that I had a reason to state to Clyde Lewis on the Ground Zero show what they were already doing. Okay, that's right. I proved what they were doing in reference to the Yucca Valley. These 2 audio files alone, the Thanksgiving event in the Yucca Valley, is just 2 audio files of at least 900 of the same exact identical verbal harassment happening around me every day, everywhere I go, nonstop. So this proves that the crime was happening on more than one occasion. So then now you can ask yourself, why won't the SDPD police department, why won't the SD police department make a police report concerning me being gang stalked? They have denied my right to, on at least 14 separate occasions, different police officers in each one. Which means that one collective mindset is steering this, because the same exact identical verbal harassment that's happening around me is identical. At multiple different locations, multiple different places, using multiple different people are doing the same exact identical verbal harassment. Multiple different San Diego police officers are refusing my right to make a police report. That means that either one person, persons, or group is steering the same collective harassment and the same collective gross negligence of duty. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. I do appreciate you listening, and have a nice day.